them some feedback.
I thought you guys knew your slides really well and like rarely looked at them, and you were really fluent. Like it was very obvious that you were relaxed and knew what you were talking about. Both of you.
Yeah, I think you guys had really good scenarios too, because it actually made us think through it. It wasn't an easy scenario, so I think that's it's important because it's a real world situation. It's not something that is just like consistency. So that's good.
I like that you guys moved back and forth on the same slide, so it didn't feel like one person was just doing this slide and the next person was doing that slide. It felt very fluid and team oriented.
I like you introduced your slide with that picture, because it was like a nice kind of like gateway into it, instead of just like lecturing what was on the slide.
Like you guys worked really well off of each other, both going back and forth, taking turns the way you were. But it wasn't like you were actually taking turns, it was just like you guys kind of right into each other, you know. It was really good.
I really liked when you came over and you were helping us, but you should have talked louder because you're giving us really good advice, but the camera couldn't hear you at all. So the next time I'll just be like, I don't know, like, even though we're whispering, you don't need to whisper. Just like talk loudly because it was really good advice.
Let's hear it.
Now I did it. Okay, the one thing I was going to complain about, you said a lot throughout the entire thing, and I know because I obviously do that too, that it just doesn't sound as professional when every other word you're saying But I know because you were so like, I forget who said it, but you were very fluid too, so it wasn't, you knew your material. There we go. Now I'm wording it right. I'm trying not to say
So let's talk about that for a minute, because I think you're absolutely right, they were very fluid. So I didn't notice the ums. I didn't either. So I'm sure that they're there. But they're fluid, and I'm used to it now. I tune it out. I noticed kids and you guys. So when we're talking about professional language, I would watch that. I often notice dropped G's at the ends of words, like going, doing, instead of going, doing. I don't know if that's there. Check for it. I don't know. I didn't. But I did notice you guys and the kids, so I think you can make that a little bit more professional. The other thing is, especially when you go, Rochelle, do not concentrate on those ums.
Yeah.
You will get tongue-tied, you will get up there and break out in a cold sweat and not know what to do. There's other times in your life to pay attention to that. You know, you will solve that problem, but not today.
Yeah. One thing I know that helps me kind of try and avoid it is just slowing down. You were talking a little fast, I think, so that might have been what it was. Also, I loved the paper, not having to read to the slides, but even when Casey? Yeah, even when Casey did, she didn't face the board, so that was awesome too. Just so I'm not negative only.
I liked the images. I thought it was great that you had such good images on your slides, including the little cartoon. I'm with Jessie on that, on the second scenario especially. No school personnel. You may not know this. I mean, this is, you're getting your tuition's worth today. You cannot bring up the question of medication. You cannot. You just, oh my God, you can't do that. What you can do is ask if he's seen a pediatric neurologist, if this is something that they'd be interested in doing, if they'd like to talk to your school psychologist, all those things. But just like you would not, no school personnel would appreciate it if a doctor sends in a note saying this child needs an IEP, and you need to use Orton-Gillingham approach to teaching and reading. We can't tell the doctors what they should be prescribing or not prescribing, so you can't do that. And I thought that the scenarios were a little too easy. Did anybody else think they were a little too obvious? No? Well, maybe you're not smart enough. I'm glad you did. I'm glad that they were on the right level for you. Did you have something to say? Anybody else? Great, wonderful work, wonderful, very useful information, you guys, very useful. Yeah.